Shalom Yeladim, hi guys. Today I want to talk with you about something very, very important. Do you know what holiday comes up at this end of the week? That's right, Hanukkah. We're going to light the menorah. We're going to spin the dreidel. We're going to eat latkes, donuts, sufganiyot. Wait a second. Why? Why are we doing all this? So in order to understand why we're celebrating this holiday, we need to go many, many, many years back. We need to go back to the land of Israel. Remember? Nes Gadol Haya Sham, in Israel. So once upon a time, when Bet HaMikdash was still around, when we had the temple, back in Jerusalem, the Kohanim used to light the menorah in Bet HaMikdash. But then, one day, the Greeks, the Yevanim, decided to come and attack the Jewish nation. They wanted to destroy Bet HaMikdash, to destroy the temple. The Greeks believed in statues. They believed that the body is what's important. Not like in Judaism. In Judaism we believe in one God. There's only Hashem. So when the Greeks got to Jerusalem, they got with their army, with elephants, and all their soldiers, and everything. And they came to Jerusalem, and they destroyed everything on the way there. And they wanted to put a statue in the middle of Bet HaMikdash. Do you believe that? Do you think the Jews agreed? The Greeks told the Jews, if you want to be like us, to believe in stones, to bow to statues, to believe that the body is what's important, only sports. If you'll be like us, like the Greeks, you will stay alive. But if you will want to continue and keep the Torah and mitzvahs, to do the bris, to keep Shabbos, to keep kosher, to learn Torah, you will die. So everyone was really scared, and no one knew what to do. The Greeks are so strong, and they have huge armies with elephants. And then the Greeks started walking towards the land of Israel, and they got to a small place called Modi'in. You heard about Modi'in? In Modi'in, we had a very famous person. His name was Matityahu. And when the Greeks got from Jerusalem to Modi'in, they put a statue in the middle of the city. And they told all the people that lived in Modi'in that they must bow to the statue. And they're not allowed to learn Torah. And they're not allowed to keep the mitzvah. But then Matityahu stood up and said, No. No. We are Jews. We believe in one God. We believe in Hashem. We cannot bow to a statue. And he decided to kill that Greek that wanted to force everyone to bow to the statue. And then he stood on top of the place that was the statue after he broke it. And he said, Mi la Hashem elai. If you believe in God, come with me. If you want to keep Torah and to keep the mitzvahs, come with me. And then Matityahu and his family ran from Modi'in to the mountains. Do you see the mountains over here? All these mountains, this is Ariel. This is where we came from. Someplace over here, there's the place that Rabbi Moshe and Mora Adar came from. So the Maccabim, the Hashmonaim, Matityahu and his sons ran from Modi'in to the mountains. And in the caves, in the mountains around here, they continued to keep the mitzvahs. They continued to learn Torah. They continued to believe in one God. And they decided that they will learn how to attack. They build swords, and they start preparing for war. Because when you believe in something, when you believe in Hashem, you pray, but you also learn to fight. You also go with your beliefs. So when the Greeks in Jerusalem heard what happened to their messenger in Modi'in, they decided to attack. And they came with their elephants and their army. Do you see all these mountains? They tried to fight against the Maccabim. And of course, you all know the end of the story. The Maccabim defeated the Yevanim, defeated the Greeks. And after they defeated the Greeks, even though they were a very small army, and the Greeks was so many, so strong, still the Maccabim were able to win because they knew why they were fighting for. And they were fighting for something much greater than what the Yevanim fought for. So the Maccabim went back to Jerusalem, went back to Bet HaMikdash, went back to the temple, and they were looking to renew, to do all the mitzvahs of the Mikdash again. That one of them is to light the menorah. And when they were looking for pure oil in Bet HaMikdash in Jerusalem, they couldn't find, because the Greeks destroyed everything and made all the cans of oil impure. But the Maccabim didn't give up. And after a very, very long search, they were able to find a small can, kat katan, with pure oil. But when they opened the can, they realized that this oil will be able to be enough only, maybe, for one day. But still, they decided to try. And we all know the miracle that happened. This can was able to stay and hold the lights for 8 days. This is a small taste of why we're celebrating the holiday of Hanukkah, Chag Hanukkah. And you can see the Jewish state today, from top to bottom. One of the reasons that we were able to go back to Israel is because the braveness that we learned from the Maccabim. Chag Sameach, everyone.